You're listening to Historical Perspectives with Mr. Malt. Learn about life by looking at our history. Teachers, for more information about historical perspectives, search Mr. Malt's Marketplace on Teachers Pay Teachers or at mrmaltmarketplace.com. Happy learning!
Aveline's encounter with President Taft. Aveline Jenkins lived in a small town in Ohio in the year 1910. She was 9 years old and loved to read books and help her father at the family's general store after school. Life in her town was simple. But one day, something exciting happened. A parade was coming through town and President William Howard Taft would be in it. "Aveline, did you hear?" her friend Tommy asked as they walked to school. "The president! He's coming here next week. Everyone says he's smart and used to be a judge." "Of course I heard," Aveline said, smiling. "My father says President Taft is from Ohio, just like us." "And did you know he once went to Yale? That's a fancy college." The days leading up to the parade were busy. Aveline's father decorated the store with red, white, and blue ribbons, and everyone talked about the president. Aveline read all she could about him at the library. She learned that President Taft helped make businesses play fair and took care of workers by supporting better working conditions. Finally, parade day arrived. Aveline stood at the front of the crowd, clutching a small American flag. The whole town was buzzing with excitement. Soon, the band started to play, and a shiny black carriage rolled down the street. Inside the carriage sat President Taft, smiling and waving to everyone. "He loves the law," Aveline whispered to her father. "Did you know he was once the Secretary of War? And he worked for President Teddy Roosevelt before becoming president?" Her father nodded. "Yes, and he's making some big changes for this country." Aveline watched as the carriage rolled by. Taft was dressed in a fine suit and a top hat. He looked friendly, but very big. Aveline imagined what it might be like to meet him. Later that evening, Aveline overheard her father telling her mother a story. "Aveline loved seeing President Taft today. I hope one day she grows up to become the president. She is so intelligent and so interested in our government." Aveline knew that no lady had ever been the president, but could she be the first ever? She had a new dream. For days after the parade, the whole town kept talking about the president. Aveline felt proud that someone from Ohio had become so important. "Someday, I want to do something big and help people too," she thought, especially after hearing her father and mother talking about her future. That night, Aveline wrote in her notebook, "President Taft is kind and hardworking. He cares about the law and helping people. I'll never forget seeing him at the parade." She placed the notebook under her pillow and smiled, dreaming of the day she might make her family and her town just as proud as the president had.
Thanks for listening to this Historical Perspective. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe. Also, search for Historical Perspectives on Teachers Pay Teachers to learn more about other topics, such as the Golden Gate Bridge, Henry Ford, schools in the early 1900s, and so much more. Happy learning!